Do you know that as a nonprofit, there are rules and regulations you need to follow in order to stay compliant? You have to follow the laws of the land so that you are able to effectively maximize social impact. I'll give you more information in a few seconds. We were
then the environment was cleaned up.
The first time I was hearing about this stuff, it was totally new to me.
Elens-Edeh with Social Impact Consulting. Hello, my name is Efwa with Social Impact Consulting. We're a development consultancy firm that looks to maximize social impact. If you like this content, show me some love and like and subscribe to this channel and click on the bell notifications so that you will get more videos like this. Compliance is extremely key because as a CEO and founder of your organization, you really need to understand the rules and regulations of the country in which you operate, especially if you're an international organization. Organizations in places like Nigeria and in other repressive countries like Amnesty International get clamped down by host countries because they report transparency and accountability in those countries. So as an organization, if you're working to preserve the civic space, you need to ensure that you're compliant so that if anybody comes after you, you are clear and clean. So here are 6 things you need to consider as an organization in order to stay compliant. Number 1, company registration. If you're an organization that receives money from donors, it is important that you are legally registered in your country of operation. Ensure that you have all your paperwork situated. In a country like Nigeria, you need to be registered through the Corporate Affairs Commission. There are other organizations just starting off, community-based organizations that are registered through their respective states. In whatever country that you're in, make sure you register your organization so that you are compliant to get money from funders and operate as a legal entity in that country. Number 2, corporate governance. You need to ensure that you're able to select the right board of trustees in your organization, preferably an odd number, so that when you want to get into a quorum, if you have 7 board members and you have 5 that show up, you have a quorum, or you have 4 that show up, you have a quorum. So make sure you have some people that have some certain skills and expertise. For example, a program expert, somebody who specializes in your thematic area, a management consultant, somebody who can help your organization with strategy, an accountant, somebody who can ratify the audited financials so that it can be approved by the board of directors. So make sure you select the right kind of people that will join your board and also are passionate about the thematic area that you've been chosen to do. So make sure you have the right corporate governance, have a strategic plan, have regular board meetings so that they can monitor the strategy so that anytime you're being audited by a donor or by a government agency, you are transparent and accountable. Number 3, employee taxes. Most nonprofits and social enterprises are registered as incorporated trustees and limited by guarantee in a country like Nigeria, which is a non-for-profit status. So with that, you have tax exempt because you're providing a service to your country. Ensure that you obey the tax laws in your country. In a place like Nigeria, an employee that works over 10 hours a week needs to be able to file for employee taxes. Make sure that you're compliant so that when you're audited by the tax agency, you are compliant. Number 4, employee pensions. In various countries, they have pension laws. So for full-time employees, the country wants to make sure that they're ripe and good for retirement. So make sure you comply with pension laws. If you're not compliant, talk to your pension fund administrator to make sure that you're up to date on your payments with your employees. So ensure that that is situated because if you're caught wanting, you can be shut down. Number 5, audited financial reports. This cannot be overemphasized. In a lot of my trainings and my coaching, I have always said that an organization, a valid, credible organization, needs to be audited annually. So make sure you have your audited reports. In some countries like Nigeria, in order for you to be compliant, you need to do annual returns with the Corporate Affairs Commission. So make sure you have your audited financial reports so that you can present to the assigned agency in your country. So once you have your audited finances, you are able to be accountable to all your stakeholders, including your board, your beneficiaries, your donors, and other associated stakeholders, such as your staff and volunteers. So make sure your audited financials are done and up to date. And finally, number 6, the Financial Action Task Force Compliance. Who are these people? The Financial Action Task Force. They were started in 1989 to address money laundering and terrorism financing around the world. After 2001, the terrorism attack in 9/11 in the United States, various agencies decided to enforce the recommendations in the Financial Action Task Force. So this ensured that we addressed money laundering and terrorism finance. In Recommendation 8 of the Financial Action Task Force, it's now said that nonprofit organizations are vulnerable to money laundering and terrorism financing. So though Nigeria and some other countries are not members of the Financial Action Task Force, they also have other monitoring agencies in ECOWAS that monitor money laundering and terrorism finance. So Nigeria does its best to be compliant. So there are various items that need to happen in order for you as an organization to be compliant. For more information about that, you can reach out to Spaces for Change. They are a nonprofit organization that monitors nonprofit compliance. And you can look up their information at www.spacesforchange.org. There are other organizations that monitor some of these policies, such as the Nigerian Network of NGOs and many other NGOs across the country. In order for you to stay compliant, you can give me a call on my number. The link is below, and we can talk more about how you can be compliant with your organization. There are other agencies such as the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and SCUMO, which addresses money laundering as well. So if you want more information, click on the link in the description and we'll have a discussion. As an organization, we are over-regulated in the not-for-profit sector. And we do understand that, but it is important that as an organization, you do as much as possible to become compliant. Because right now, the global civic space is shrinking, and NGOs and other pressure groups are being attacked left, right, and center around the world. So it is important that you're compliant so that you can enforce transparency and accountability amongst stakeholders in the sector. Our sector is under attack, and we need to make sure that we are transparent, we are accountable to all stakeholders involved so that we can continue to do the work that we do to change the world. Thank you again for watching, and see you in the next video.